Well, hello there. This is the 11th of March, 2025. So I've made a video or two about this process. These are just lids from Tupperware containers and kind of like, I don't know, pails, but something. And so I'm going to show, I got all this chicken cut up. So what I do is I'll take that chicken and spread it all around out there. Down there, in there, over here, over there, and just so they don't stick together, because I don't want it. The whole idea here is to be able to reach in there and grab what I want in the freezer without a big clump. Like I say, I don't need that much. Oh my gosh, I gotta thaw out that whole package just to give me a couple pieces of chicken. Like, what? That's not cool. So what I come up with is this process of freezing these. Now this is going to be a quick freeze. This goes into my freezer and it freezes pretty quick like that because it's so thin. I sterilize all these, set them upside down on a shelf, and so this goes into the freezer. Just kind of keep it from sticking together, because if they're stuck, if they freeze together and I go to grab one, then I have to fight with it to get it unstuck, and I don't. So that's why I divide them like this. Please subscribe, thumbs up. It's a healthy motivator for me to continue these videos, and I got a lot of cool things that I'm going to share that I've learned over the years, and so that's kind of it. You can see how they're divided there. Then I just take that tray and put it right on top of that tray. Then I got some bones for the animals. The dogs, I freeze that. I used to cook the bones, but my dog says, you know what? Are you trying to kill me? I think you're trying to kill me. Yeah, all the splinters. You always have splinters. She's been eating them since she was little. She's 13 now, or right around there. She's eaten them pretty much her whole life. Cooked bones, but yeah, she's getting older, and I'm not going to give her any more cooked bones. So, but she'll take these frozen bones, and she'll eat them like butter. I take them, I'll thaw them out. In fact, I don't even thaw them out, not anymore. I'll just give her a frozen bone. Oh my gosh. So, within like, I don't know, 5 minutes, it's frozen. I give it to her. Within 5 minutes, sometimes less, that whole bone is gone. Where it used to be splinters and stuff like that. 5 minutes, this whole bone is gone. She eats it all. Because it's tender, so she can chew it up pretty well. But once you cook it, it becomes brittle and not safe for them, you know. And so I used to cook the bones and all to get bone broth, because I like to make bone broth. And so I said, she's just gonna, if she eats them, fine, if not, whatever. But I decided that I'm not gonna give her any more cooked bones. And so I've got all this, meat. This is 2 chickens. 2 chickens. So I'm gonna take these 2 chickens that I cut down, and I'm gonna come over here. You can follow me wherever I may roam. And I am going to open up this freezer right here and see if I got enough room for that. No. So I'm going to take these and I'm going to put them down in here. Probably stack up a few things so I have an end cap here. Give myself an end cap and just stick those right there. That one ain't going to fit, so I'll just put it up in here. That one ain't gonna fit, so I just put that one right here. Oh, I guess I could take this one and just put it up here then. Fine, I'll just put it up here. And make sure that fits. Yep, okay. So I got one there, and so I got 2 there. So I'll show you here. See that? 2 racks there. Another rack on the top. And slide it in there, and in 24 hours, my chickadees are frozen. And I can take them out. I can take the amount out that I want instead of taking out a whole bunch of whatever, like a whole chicken or whole this or whatever. And I am all set to go. Cool, right? And when I came up with that, I went, good job, Jim. Oh, thank you very much. It's okay to pat yourself on the back if you come up with a clever idea, right? Something you've never seen before. You're going, your brain's just going, you know. Anyway, so when I cut up my chicken, I have these bowls, and I'll lay out all these bowls everywhere. And I have this big chopping block that I put here, and I just section out that chicken and take all the gizzards and lizards, and so they'll eat this stuff, the liver, and I got a cat too, and they'll eat that up in a couple of days before it rots, right? It's all about getting it before it rots, right? I mean, food is money, and money is food. I forgot how many, $150 billion of food products that gets wasted every year because it's not properly managed from the time it's purchased from the store at home, and then it gets thrown away at home because it's not properly managed. Now I do this also with fruit. So I got a peach tree, a cherry tree, an apple tree, hundreds of raspberry bushes, and I'll be showing you how I process those too down the road. And I take those and I'll freeze those, lay my raspberries or chunks of peaches or chunks of apples, right? Chop them up really quick. I gotta get them in the freezer before the apples oxidize. So I don't put no lemon juice. I did it first because they would turn brown. Then I learned, oh, do it fast. Once I get them in that freezer in that cold air, there's a vacuum in an automatic defrost system that sucks the air out and the moisture and all that. So once I get them in the freezer, they're gonna stay looking like whatever they look like when I got them in there. That's how they're gonna stay looking. That's like, so if I got them in there brown, well, that's the same brownness they're going to be when I take them out. If I got them in there really quick and stuck them in there, and they're still nice and like they just got cut up, that's how they look when I take them out. And that's how they look months later when they're still in the freezer and I'm taking them out and doing all kinds of things with them. Right? Flat trays, any kind of thing that'll fit. I mean, you go by your freezer, you look at your freezer and you say, what can I get? What kind of things can I get that'll maximize my width of my freezer, that I can just stack these things on top? And so you go to the dollar store or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Something, right? And you go get a bunch of whatever those kinds of things are, and quick freeze. Quick freeze. When you come across somebody who has fruit that's fallen on the ground and nobody's eating it, something like, you can take that stuff and take some trays, layer it, put them in a freezer, and bag them, tag them, whatever you want to do, freezer bags, and you've got a done deal. I've got a freezer full of that stuff, and that's my dessert. I had it for dessert last night. This guy has like 6 apple trees a couple houses down, and he just lets them fall on the ground. So I go over there with my little green wagon and some buckets, and he lets me have as much as I want. And that's my point. If you find someone that, has something that just goes to waste. I used to not know what to do with my raspberries and extra blackberries I didn't know what to do with them, so I thought, I saw this one person making blackberry wine when I was on a service call. I said, So I started making blackberry wine. I made literally thousands of gallons. One guy got rid of a big old freezer full of blueberries. He had a blueberry farm, and they were starting to thaw. When I went to do a service call on his freezer died. And they're just starting to thaw. They were still partially frozen. He says, yeah, I guess I'm going to have to throw those away. I says, this is when I was already making wine. Can I have those? He gave me that whole it was one of those big freezers. I took all of them. He was looking like, roll that boy. I brought him home and turned it almost all of it into blueberry wine. That was my wife's favorite wine. It was really tasted good after a year or so. Actually, it was good even before that, 6 months, but especially after a year. Oh my gosh, that blueberry wine that I made was amazing. I made banana wine. Don't make banana wine. Oh my gosh, that was terrible. I made all kinds of I would mix wines, mix fruit, mix wine fruit, mixed fruit wine. I had wine bottles all over my house, man. Gallons and gallons, and then those 5-gallon jugs, they're everywhere. Once in a while I hear this, bang! Well, some yeast came back to life and it blew up my glass bottle and there'd be wine all over on the walls. Just one of the downsides when you put your condom tablets in there, you're hoping that it kills all the yeast, and all of a sudden it comes back to life and it builds up pressure on your sealed bottle, and even if it's a wine bottle, whatever, and it blows up. Anyway, that was my road on making wine. But I don't drink alcohol anymore. So I stopped drinking it. Stopped buying alcohol. I consume zero, and I feel better than I can ever remember. I work out all the time. I eat healthy foods, mostly from my garden. I can go for a month or two and not buy any groceries because I'm eating all the food that came from my garden, out of my freezer. Mix and match, I do buy legumes and stuff, and I make soups. I buy the beans, stuff like that. But yeah, maybe I spend $20 a month on groceries. I just spent $3 and something on some bananas and some fresh apples. And that's the first time I've bought any groceries like that. It was just the bananas and the apples. I just wanted something fresh. I hadn't had anything fresh in like a month or something. So I went and bought like just a little thing of bananas, about 3-4 apples. Ate those in a couple days. Just get something fresh once in a while. That's good because when you're freezing things, you can use certain enzymes and stuff that your body really needs. So, but I get that once in a while. But my grocery bill stays where it used to be big when I was a big boy. I used to be a big boy, 205 pounds when I was a big boy. When I got down to 134, my grocery bill went from the big boy grocery bill to that much money. Eat a little, be healthy a lot. So anyway, please subscribe, thumbs up. I've got so many interesting things coming. A lot of things that I've come up with on my own that you're probably never going to see anywhere else. That's just might blow your mind. It blows my mind when I come up with it. I say, how did I do that? How did I come up with that? What is wrong with this brain? Well, I have a creative mind. Because the reason why is because I'm very, very curious about everything. How's that work? I want to take it apart. I'll be one of those parents' nightmares, and kids always taking stuff apart. Why did you take that apart? I want to see how it goes back together. Well, put it back together. I can't. Anyway, please subscribe. Thumbs up. It helps the channel. And you have a good day. And I hope life is treating you well. I really honestly do. A lot of how life treats us, as in my opinion, has to do with what we're doing. How we're engaged in our own life. And who we allow in or out of our lives. If we have good things happen in our life, good people in our life, good things are going to happen. If life seems like a struggle, many times it's not us. Right? Many times the struggle is external. Something or someone else is doing something in a way that we just can't deal with. And, maybe it's time to see what's on the other side of the hill. Look back and go, oh, that looks greener over there. Bring happiness into your own life because nobody else will. That's our responsibility. You have a good day now. Bye now. Yep.